Hey, it's Thursday. The Federal Reserve in the USA raised interest rates by the expected 75 basis points yesterday. So we still got some big moves, and actually they're all in our, well, most of them were in our favour anyway. So gold, as you know, let's just have a quick look at the chart. Well, I had my buy level yesterday at 17.15, 17.10. That's been the buy level all week, of course. We got to, what was yesterday's low? The low for the week actually has been around that level. Yeah, and most days we've tested it. As you can see, 17.14, 17.12, 17.11. So most days this week we've tested that level. So if you've been scalping it, or if you managed to hold on to the position yesterday for the bounce, we've done really well. We are now testing resistance at 17.30, sort of, well, high 17.30s, put it that way. And we actually had a high for the day exactly at that target. I didn't really call it a resistance level yesterday in the report, but you can see that it is, and we have got previous highs up there. I personally would not be selling into a short position. That's why I didn't label it as a resistance level, because I think we will continue higher. The Aussie dollar, 69.10, 69.00 was the support level after we broke through the resistance, which then becomes support, of course. That was my big level, the fib level. You saw it on the weekend webinar. That was the support level, so no surprise really to see that hold the downside. 69.10, 69.20, 68.80 the day before. We overran it a bit. But yesterday, certainly longs would have worked if you managed to jump in. I don't recommend running positions over things like non-farm payroll, CPI, release of the Fed minutes and the interest rate move. But sometimes, I guess, if you do take the risk, it can work. You never know. Certainly, most of the moves that happened yesterday did work. New Zealand dollar is holding that resistance perfectly. Again, that's on the cheat sheet, or it was 62.90, 63.00. So that is holding. You can see it's a good level just from the daily chart. We'll need a break up through there for a buy signal. What else do we have on the cheat sheet? The dollar yen, that didn't work at all. The dollar yen collapsed from hold on one second, let me get that on the screen. So the day before we beat 137.00, but I left it in there for yesterday. We didn't quite get there yesterday, but certainly did collapse, and we've got 134.55, 134.35 on the this is yesterday's cheat sheet, but I've left it on today's cheat sheet because it is still a good level. Same for the euro yen and the New Zealand dollar yen. The 101.90, 102.10 resistance level in the euro, I haven't put it on the cheat sheet today. We're trading there right now, and we are holding it, but I'm just not that confident that we'll hold it all day, so I've taken it off the cheat sheet for today. It certainly is a level that has worked, although I don't think it's returned a profit on a short position yet. Cable soared through the 121.001, 21.20 area, so that is now a support level for today. The Dax has perfectly held that support level, 13,100, 13,000, but we're not seeing much of a recovery yet. We are trading around 13,200 as I speak to you right now, but not really doing what you'd want if you've got a long position on. What can I show you? There's the short-term chart, daily chart. So look, we are trading about, we're holding on to the 200-hour support. That's the hourly chart. Hour support level. We're trading now above the 100-hour support level. So there is some opportunity for the DAX to trade higher. If you look at the 4-hour chart, we've just been holding the 200 period moving average on the 4-hour chart. We could get a positive crossover here. We could get the 100 crossing over the 200. So look, I'm still bullish, still optimistic that the DAX will eventually move higher, but it probably won't be as spectacular as the US markets, which have been beautiful. The S&P 39.20, 39.10 was my support level for the week so far, and that is the exact low. Well, no, 39.13. Yes, we did get there. Was it 39.20, 39.10? Yes, it was. So we bottomed right in the middle of that at 39.13, and of course yesterday we soared. In the weekly webinar on Sunday, I talked about a target of 40.80, 40.90. I still think we can get there, and that certainly is pushing us well on the way to that target. I was a buyer of stock markets at the beginning of the week. Nasdaq 12,150 down to 12,000. What was the low for the week? We got down to 12,072, so pretty perfect. Right bang in the middle of that buy area. If you jumped in, if you were brave enough to hold it over the rate announcement, you've done phenomenally well. We've roared up to 12,690, and of course that was my first target. It's also the previous high for July, so we're going to see if we break through there. I think we can. I think this is a bull trend. I've been waiting for this market to turn higher ever since. We bounced from just above my big support level at 10,800, so all this is as expected. The only thing that isn't expected is the length of time it's taken. I thought it would be more of a V-shaped recovery, but it's more of a 2 steps forward, 1 step back upward trend. But I think that can continue. Dow Jones also held the support levels really well. I won't bother to go into those. So it's all looking pretty good. Oil, we still have this potential inverse head and shoulders, reverse head and shoulders pattern going on. So we have to watch carefully. You can see it not so clearly there, but take note that the 100-day moving average on the September chart is around 101.00. And then when you look at, here we go, I think we need to look at it on the 4-hour chart. There we go. There's a potential inverse head and shoulders pattern. We still could be forming that right shoulder. So we start breaking up through the resistance is at 99.50, 100, break up through 101, really a break up through 101.50 now because the levels are a little bit lower than they were at the beginning of the week or over the weekend webinar. Probably a break above 101.50 would be the buy signal. But for now, we have resistance at 99.50, 100. So we'll see whether we break it or whether we reverse. Okay, that's it from me today. The big action's probably out the way now, of course, after the Fed minutes have been released and the Fed move. Join me again over the weekend for my weekend webinar, and I'll try and give you some clues as to what will happen next week. Hopefully I'll be as successful as I have been this week.